Your time is 9:41. Time to see what's trending. A new series is getting its debut tonight on the Triad CW. Crime Nation takes viewers behind the headlines of the country's most shocking crimes, and it premieres tonight at 8 p.m.
And joining us now live with the preview is Ashley Banfield, a contributor for Crime Nation. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, ladies?
Great. Thanks so much for being with us. So first, tell us more about the show and the journey it takes viewers on this season.
Sure. Crime Nation is a 2-hour docuseries airing on the CW at 8 Eastern, 7 Central every Tuesday. And every single week, we're taking viewers on the journey through a particular crime story that has been, it's one of those things that we can't seem to shake. The big stories that have transfixed us across the nation. Tonight, it's the Delphi murders in Indiana. It's been 7 years since Abby and Libby, two young preteeny girls, were out for a hike and didn't come home, and then were found murdered the next day. And it's taken that long to try to solve this crime. And we don't have anybody, convicted of that crime yet. We do have Richard Allen, who's awaiting trial in the fall. But I think this series, you're going to be surprised at what you find out. New information and new interviews, exclusive interviews that, cast some doubt maybe on whether we have the right person or not.
Very interesting. That's a great tease ahead to tonight's episode. So how do you think reporting on these stories compares to maybe past coverage? You were saying you're kind of uncovering new information that puts some things into question.
I think, nowadays, the true crime genre is so popular with viewers, and a lot of people get involved themselves, whether they're true crime sleuths on the internet, or whether they just sit and binge for, 8 to 12 hours at a time, these incredible stories. And so the coverage has changed. When we're in breaking news mode and the details are coming at us fast and furiously, sometimes it's easy to forget because there are so many headlines. But with the advent of time, we can put these things into an understandable narrative, start to finish, and put the puzzle pieces into place so that the stories that we've been following at breakneck pace actually start to make more sense as a story of people's lives. So I think that's what's changed, is that it's not so much the breaking news. I do that every night on News Nation on my 10 o'clock Eastern show because it's a true crime news program. But this is Crime Nation, and so it's just a little different. We're doing a deep dive into one topic for 2 full hours, so you can binge those 2 hours every single week.
Are there any other cases that viewers can look forward to learning about this season?
Yeah, you bet. We've actually taken a really close look at the Drew Peterson case, which is one of those stories that we just, again, we can't shake it. It won't go away. For decades now, we've been hearing these names. And the Drew Peterson story, to me, is one of those head scratchers. He had 4 wives. The third one was murdered. The 4th one disappeared, never to be seen again. And it's that 4th wife, Stacy Peterson, that really most people believe, well, if you did it to your 3rd wife, did you do it to your 4th wife? And we've discovered some pretty fascinating information about Drew Peterson that we're looking forward to sharing with the viewers. And I think the police will be looking forward to hearing about it as well. We also follow the Casey White jailbreak. She was the guard. He was the inmate. They fell in love. She broke him out. They went on a cross-country odyssey. And it was like these fiery headlines about that case, but there's a lot of story in between that people missed, and we've been able to uncover that too. We also look into the Gabby Petito story and uncovered new interviews there. And so these are the kinds of stories. Lori Vallow, who murdered her 2 children with her doomsday cult leader husband. She's also got a trail of husbands in the past, 5 of them. And we've started to find out more information about that as well. So I think you're going to find out a lot of interesting stuff and be transfixed by these 2-hour docuseries.
It all starts tonight. Ashley, thanks so much for your time. Crime Nation premieres at 8 p.m. exclusively right here on the Triad CW, so stay tuned for that. Till then, we take a quick break. Stay with us.